Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be trying out the new Kylie Cosmetics times Koko collab, so Khloe Kardashian. So if you would like to see my thoughts on some of the makeup products and how I got this makeup look right here, please keep watching. So as you can see, I went ahead and applied all the makeup products that did not come in this collection. So I've already applied my primer, foundation, concealer, bronzer, blush, brows, and powder, and then I also went ahead and set my face. So the first thing I'm going to be trying out is the highlighter from this collection. This packaging is gorgeous. This is so pretty. Like the Koko by Kylie Cosmetics is in like a rose gold glitter, and then it's just like a bronzy packaging. This is in the shade True Mama, and when I first saw this highlighter I was like, oh my gosh, I need this in my life. This is the packaging on the inside, so it just looks like her other blushes and bronzers that are out, and this is the shade. So when I first saw this swatched on her Instagram, I was like, oh, I don't think I really have anything that's necessarily that shade. So that's why I really wanted to pick this up. But to me, it looks like it's going to be a little bit too fair for my tan right now, so I guess we'll see. So like I told you guys in the beginning, I bought the entire collection, which was $95, but if you wanted to buy the highlighter separately, it retails for $20. So I'm just going to apply it with my Smashbox fan brush. It is, I feel like, a little light for like the tan that I have going on right now, but it still looks really pretty. And I like that I feel like you can put on a little bit and get like a subtle highlight, or you can build it up, like kind of how I'm doing. That's a gorgeous. And I always like to add some on the apples of my cheeks because I feel like it just really gives my cheeks like a lift. I like that this highlighter looks like nice and smooth on the skin. It's not emphasizing like any texture or any bumps that I have. And like I feel like the more you build it up, the more it kind of has like a wet look to it. To me, like when I swatch it, it looks like kind of like a silvery gold shade, so kind of like a silvery white gold with like a little bit of pink in it, but it's not like pink. Hopefully that makes sense. It's like a unique shade to me for sure. So next I'm going to be trying out the eyeshadow from this collab, and this retails by itself for $42. Again, it's the same packaging as the highlighter. And this is what it looks like. So you do have all the names listed on the back. Like this to me looks like ColourPop packaging. And then this is what it looks like. So you do get like a nice sized mirror, and then these are all the shades. I like these shades because I feel like you could do like a natural like daytime look or like a natural glam, and then you can deepen it up and then turn it into like a nighttime summer glam. So I guess I'm going to start off with that yellow shade that's in there. It's called True Faith, which is this one right here. I think that's what it is. And I'm just using a Sigma E40. It's a little powdery. I'm not really sure what kind of look I'm going to be doing just yet. I'm just placing this yellow shade kind of like all over the lid. Now I'm going to go in with the shade right next to it, and that's called True's Mom, and it's kind of like this transition light brown shade right there. I'll add that directly into the crease. I mean, being honest, it might just be because I do have like a tan, but I feel like these aren't really showing up on my lids. Like I think they would be really pretty transition shades like on fair skin, but on tan skin they're not really showing up. So now I'm going to go in with this shade down here that's called True Lizeldorf. It's this shade right here. It's just a little bit darker than that shade. Apply that into the crease. Let's see. Just deepen that up a little bit. I like this shade. It has kind of like a pink undertone. It's a brown shade, but there's like I said, like a little bit of like a pink undertone. I think it's really pretty. Now I'm going to go in with this pretty kind of like orangey peachy shade that's called Always True. I'm going to switch brushes. So now I'm going to switch to a Sigma E25 and go in with that peachy shade, and I'm just going to apply that directly in the crease and a little bit on my lid. I don't really know what's going on, but I feel like I'm having problems like blending these matte shades as opposed to like some of her other eyeshadow palettes that I've tried. Like I feel like this one doesn't blend as easy as those palettes. I'm just gonna apply some of that peachy shade with my finger like directly onto my lid. I feel like it's kind of patchy. I did set my under eyes with the RCMA No Color Powder, which I haven't used that powder in a really long time, so that could be why I'm having trouble blending these mattes. If it's not the eyeshadows, it could be that powder, because I don't think I've ever used that powder to set my lids or my under eyes, so that could be it. I'm just gonna lightly dust some of that peachy shade directly into my crease. I'm going to take the Sigma E25 and I'm going to go in with the dark brown shade right here, and that is called True Meaning. Let's see if I can pack some of this on the outer V just to deepen this up. And then back in with the Sigma E40 just to kind of blend. As soon as I put that dark brown shade on top, it kind of turned a little bit purple. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It just must be a mix of the brown and that coral shade. So I think I'm going to add a little bit of that brown shade, kind of do like a halo eye with it. Just going to add that in my inner corner too. So when I do like the cut crease, it's more like defined. So now I'm gonna go back to my Sigma E40, and I'm just gonna take a mixture of this kind of like transition shade and then this shade right here and throw that back into my crease. Just make sure everything's blended out nicely. Trying to use as many of these shades as possible so I can really get like a good idea. Now I think I'm gonna do a cut crease. I'm not sure which shade I want to do. So I'm just gonna swatch some of these shimmer shades. They all look really, ooh, they feel really nice. So we used all the matte shades. So I'm gonna show you guys the shimmer shades. So here are some finger swatches of the shimmer shades. They all look really pretty. Now we just need to figure out what shade we're going to use. That coral shade on my lid's throwing me off. So I kind of want to do that middle shade, but I feel like I've been doing a lot of like pinky eyeshadow looks on my channel lately. So I'm just gonna quickly use my P. Louise base. A little bit of this goes a long way, and last time I used this I got like carried away and I totally screwed up my entire look, so I'm gonna try not to do that this time. So let's go ahead and go in with, I don't want to do that pink shade, but like I said, I've been doing like so many pink shades, but I think I'm gonna do it anyway. So I'm gonna take the middle shade called Dreams Come True, which is this shade right here. I'm gonna apply that with my finger on top of that base. Ooh, that is gorgeous. I'm just gonna go in with my MAC 242 so it's like more precise. It's like a pink with like a little bit of like a darker, it's like a baby pink but with a darker pink reflect, or vice versa. I kind of want to add some of this darker shade out here. So now I'm going to go in with the middle shimmer shade, which is called My Baby True. I'm going to wipe off my brush real quick, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that to my outer portion of my eye. I am going to bring it up to the top too. And I'm going to go over that line where we have the cut crease. So I'm pretty much just putting this all over that dark brown shade. I'm going to add a little bit with my finger. And back in with the middle pink shimmery shade, just to blend those two shimmer shades together. I feel like I need to add just like a little bit of darkness like up here. So I'm just going to use the Sigma E25, and I'm going to take a little bit of this shade and this shade mixed, deepen up my upper crease. The shimmers in this palette are so pretty. So let's go in with this shade right here. This is called Must Be True. I'm going to use that as an inner corner highlight and a brow highlight. It's kind of just coming off as just like glitter, not really a shade. So I did get some fallout from those matte shades, so I'm just going to sweep that away. So I'm going to work on the lower lash line. I'm just going to mix this shade and this shade together. Oh, and I'm using a Morphe M431 pencil brush. And I'm gonna go in with the dark brown shade. So I'm going to put a little bit of shimmer on my lower lash line too. So I'm just going to take the pink shimmer shade and match it to the inner corner to the center of my eyeball on my lower lash line. And then take the darker shimmer shade and match that from the outer corner to the center. Use my MAC 242. Just going on top of those other shadows. So I successfully used every single shadow from this palette except for this guy right here. So we used all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and pop on some mascara and some false lashes, and then I'll be right back, and then we can test out the lip products from this collection. So I'm back with some lashes on. I just used these Ardell Demi Wispies, and then in my waterline I put a little bit of this ColourPop Puppy eyeliner. It's just like a light orange shade. So let's go ahead and do lips. So I'm going to first align my lips with the lip liner because this is the only lip liner in the collection. This is in the shade Handbag Ho. I really like this like baby pink packaging. So that is the shade of the lip liner. It's kind of like a reddy brown shade. I almost wish that she would come out with pencils because, like, are you supposed to sharpen her lip liners? Like, I don't know. It's kind of like getting shoved back down into the tube. I do like the shade of this a lot though. I just am not crazy about it going back down in the tube. So then we have two liquid lips to pick from. Again, I really like this packaging. This one is in the shade The Bigger the Hoops, and it just looks like a really pretty like rosy pink shade. I'm gonna swatch this. So again, this is The Bigger the Hoops. That's gorgeous. Then we have the shade Allergic to Bullshit, and this is more of like a true nude shade. So these are the shades together, and here we go. These are definitely both the shades that I would wear all the time. I just don't know. I think let's do the pinky one because I feel like I always do nude shade. So let's do The Bigger the Hoops all over, and then Allergic to Bullshit in the center. This lip combo kind of reminds me of the shade Kylie, just like a little bit darker. I did mess up right there, so I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna wait for that to dry. So now I'm gonna go in with Allergic to Bullshit. Apply that in the center. I thought it would lighten it a little bit more, but it didn't, so. But these two shades mixed, I feel like look a lot like the Kylie shade lip kit. I'm actually surprised that they didn't come out with a gloss, like a lip topper. That would have been cool. So I guess I'm just going to double overline my lips today. That's the look we're going for because I messed up and then it just kept getting like bigger and bigger. So now that I'm done trying out all the makeup products from this Kylie Koko collection, I'm just going to go over everything and let you guys know my final thoughts. So the first thing we tried out was the highlighter. This is in the shade True Mama. I think this is gorgeous. This is definitely something that I'm going to continue to wear. I think it looks nice on tan skin. I wasn't sure at first, but now that it kind of like melted into my skin, it looks really pretty. But I also think fair skin could use this as well. I just think it's gorgeous. Next we have the eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like. I have mixed feelings about this palette. Like, it's definitely not my favorite Kylie palette. Yeah, definitely not my favorite. I feel like this isn't a palette that I'm going to be grabbing a lot, if I'm just being like 100% honest. Like, I like her other palettes more. I think it's really pretty. I think the shimmers are really, really pretty. I think some of the mattes are like inconsistent because these two were like pretty powdery. And then these were kind of like the same like consistency. Like, they weren't very powdery, but they weren't super pigmented either. So I don't know, it just seems like the formula is like different, but the shimmers are really, really, really pretty. So I'm kind of like on the fence about this palette. I'm like 50-50. Next we have the 3 lip products. The highlighter is definitely my favorite from the collection, and then the lip shades. I absolutely love the shade of this lip liner. Again, that's in the shade Handbag Ho. I just don't like the packaging of it. Like, I was like, the actual lip liner was like going down into the tube, and I don't like that. I have yet to sharpen any of her lip liners, and I just feel like it's just gonna destroy it the second I have to sharpen any of them because they're all the same packaging. But I do really like the shade. I think it goes really well with both of these, and this is definitely like a lip liner shade that I would buy on its own. And then we have the Bigger the Hoops and Allergic to Bullshit lip shades. These are definitely 2 shades that I would wear on a daily. Like, I love this. Like I said, this reminds me a lot of like the Kylie lip kit that she came out with, and these 2 shades are gorgeous. I love them. I love how they smell. I love the formula. I love everything about her liquid lipsticks. So let me know in the comments below what you think of these makeup products and what you think of the look that I came up with and what your favorite product from this collab is. Also, let me know if you purchased anything from this collab and what you think in the comments below. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later. Bye.